Everybody, Kyle Austin, MLive.com, here in the bowels of the Moda Center after Michigan State's 63-45 win over North Carolina to win its division of the Phil Knight Invitational. Apologies if you can hear Duke, Florida starting behind me, second game here. But talk about Michigan State, really the best game of the season. And first of my three takeaways, number one, this game I think got them over a hump. Maybe they team didn't want to talk about it, but they had to know that they were 0-5 as a group since the start of last year. As far as the core of that team against top 10 teams, you know, they lose to Duke earlier in the season. You know, they lost to really every big game they played. They never beat a top 10 team. They'd only beaten 2 ranked teams and performed pretty well against some lower teams. But to me, this was kind of a statement that preseason hype is validated after Duke, and really that this is a team that can play with the best. I know based on what we saw on paper that seemed to be the case, but to me they hadn't really proven that on the court until tonight, and they did it in pretty convincing fashion with an 18-point win against the defending national champions. Takeaway number two, this team has really turned the corner on defense. North Carolina, if I can set some numbers for you here, shot 24.6%. That is a career low, or a program low in the history of Carolina basketball, which is pretty impressive. They shot 1 for 18 from three-pointers, 5.6%, also a program low in Carolina basketball. And let's be fair, I mean, part of that is them missing open shots, part of that is them really playing out of sorts, but Michigan State's defense also had a lot to do with it. They were active, they were contesting shots, you know, they had a good game plan going in. Luke May and Joel Berry, their two best scorers, were shut down for 12 minutes to start the game. And really no liabilities out there. I thought really their strength was around the rim. Good blocks, everything around the rim was contested. There were no easy baskets, it was physical. And really the best defensive performance, I think, for Michigan State in quite a while. I'd have to go back to that Elite Eight game versus Louisville a couple years ago to find one really this good. And it might not even be this good. And then my takeaway number three, Cassius Winston, I think, is really turning into the player that we thought he could be, and a player that can lead Michigan State. I know he didn't have the offensive game today. Josh Langford had the good offensive game with 23 points, but Cassius Winston still 23 assists, had, to me, the toughest defensive assignment of the game in Joel Berry, and did pretty well when he was in there. Had to be a little bit limited due to some foul trouble, but to me, really a great tournament for him. He wins tournament MVP honors here, and he's not a defensive liability anymore, first of all. Michigan State can have him out there on the floor. They had him out there on the floor today as much as they could, frankly, against the best point guard in the country, and they limited him to, let's see here, 7 points. A guy averaging, I think, 16 coming in. So he's doing that. He's running the offense. He's not making as many mistakes. I mean, Michigan State still turned the ball over 24 times today, but we're able to overcome it with defense. And I think a lot of the hand-wringing about Cassius Winston is going to be over, and he's going to be a guy that's going to be on the right path going forward. So that'll do it. Number 13, Notre Dame comes into Breslin Center on Thursday, although they'll be ranked higher by the time they get there because they just won the Maui Invitational. But we'll check in with you then. And until then, stick with MLive.com/Sparks for all the coverage.